Another common claim made by the radical left is that 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted on college campuses. How legitimate is
What was that? I couldn't hear, sorry.
1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted on college campuses.
What are the thought of women being sexually assaulted on college campuses? Was that the question?
1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted.
I still can't hear them. I honestly can't hear.
1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted on college campuses. Correct.
Wait, people believe that? 1 in 5? Listen, that's a number that we throw out there. Are we talking 1 in 5 like Lena Dunham, who had regretful sex, all right? Are we talking 1 in 5 like Columbia Mattress Girl or Virginia? Are we talking a Rolling Stone article? Almost every time listen, here's the reality. No man, no self-respecting man except for single digits of a percentage point in population Earth condone or like rape, okay? We didn't have a secret meeting behind your back, okay? There wasn't some secret patriarchy meeting on Tuesday, just like we didn't have some secret meeting to set some unrealistic standards of beauty, like, hey, what's the really screw with them? We don't even like boobs and butts, okay? So this idea to tar and feather, well, you know what, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about sexual assault, people saying there's rape culture on campus. Well, obviously, we can point out I'm sure you'll point out the obvious in the Middle East and the real rape culture with Islam and any Islamic country. Good luck finding your 4 witnesses in a Sharia court. But you know what? You want to talk about the deck stacked against you? That's not an actual statistic. Boys don't do well in grade school through high school until they finally have the opportunity to study for the SATs, in which case they blow women out of the water. Why? Because we have developed an educational system in this country that caters to women. Boys don't learn by sitting and watching a chalkboard and hearing things verbally. They learn hands-on. We've rigged the deck against young boys, and they're more confused and angry than ever. And people coming out and implying that all of these boys are somehow racist or sexist or perpetuating rape culture, you are going to screw up men for generations to come. And this androgynous, spineless amoeba here who wants to get with the social justice warrior drum circle, listen, I'm not talking about some false sense of machismo. Why don't we start off by talking about families, by talking about getting married and staying with your wife, by talking about how to raise your kids properly. Let's teach young boys to be men, but oh no, we can't do that. That'd be a moral judgment. You want to fix whatever the actual rape statistic is, and it's not 1 in 5, you need to start getting judgmental and teach young boys how to become men, but you don't want to do that because it's judgmental.
Ms. Hofstadter, would you like to comment?
In various books, I have written about this. It used to be 1 in 4, now it's 1 in 5. There's a methodology you can use, and if you define sexual assault, you enlarge the meaning to encompass, you have a very vague definition, and you have a non-representative sample of people, you can get whatever result you want. And some of the sorts of women, the women that I met at this conference years ago, they already were talking about rape culture, and they wanted to document it. And these clever people in thrall to an ideology. They have spent years perfecting these methodologies. And when the Bureau of Justice Statistics uses meticulous standards, they set the gold standard for research, they do not find 1 in 4. They find it's too much. They find like 1 in 53 for sexual assault. That is too much, I agree.
Please sit down.
But it is worlds away from 1 in 4 or 1 in 5. 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 would mean that this campus is as dangerous as the war-torn Congo, where they have rape camps. If you believe that, you are deluded. And you're under an illusion. Now, why? Women who are victims of crime, I'm like Hillary right now, screeching. Women who, and I like her. Women who are victimized by sexual violence, they need sound research. They need truth. They don't need hype. They don't need wild, hysterical exaggeration. Truth is on the side of compassion.
One irony here. Okay, listen. Social justice leftists here, okay? Let's just point out an irony. The only people right now who are trying to intimidate and silence and threaten a woman here are you.